So when we break into that garrison and we get all these heavy weapons, that look will come in after.
Did I miss something?
Mm-hmm.
You keep doing what you're doing,
Yeah.
Phil.
Yeah, we just yeah.
Don't stop being nosy.
Nothing to say.
Yeah.
Nothing to say.
We've had an 18
We were just,
montage. while you were,
Yeah. We just had on the way up to York. We just stopped off at Catterick for
yeah.
a bit of sightseeing.
Steal an
R&R.
armoured car with a machine gun already built into it. Rolls Royce armoured car.
Howling Mad Harry. Gerald the Face Man.
That is true. What I'm doing? Pull up.
Surely your face.
Yeah, I'll be Face. Yeah, surely.
Yeah, Charles.
I thought I'd got more than 10 luck.
Seems
Oh,
Gerald
I only
Only
failed
just.
it by 1, so that's just. Jeez.
Nice.
Beautiful.
Give me a 10. Yes.
Oh,
20.
Oh, wow.
Have it.
Climbing back up there.
That's it. You're only 9 behind me.
Yeah. Spend it all in one go.
No, just you're being a tit, aren't you?
Look,
Yeah,
he just rolled a
you're
10.
being a tit.
There's no need to be like that. It's just a
Yeah,
10.
no need to be like that.
Oh, come on.
Slow.
Are we in 1928 or 26?
28.
28.
28.
December, nearly 29.
Yeah.
Yeah,
it's
nearly
December
29. Yeah.
Are we having a New Year's? Do we get Christmas Day off? I'll have to speak to the union about this.
I think
The
Pastors
Actors
on
Guild.
the whole solely on the and cancel Christmas. Right.
Line that one up. That one.
We can't buy a machine gun. They stop you buying them.
What? When in 1927?
Oh no, I'm looking at the wrong thing. Hold on.
Da, 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 da.
Oh, I thought it was British.
What?
Oh dear.
Lewis gun, it's American, isn't it? It's Vickers that's British.
Yes, I believe so.
Vickers is the British one.
Oh.
Oh my god.
Well, I'm sorted at this end, so ready when
Yeah, good to go.
good to go. So, oh god, where did we? Oh, let's see. I'm in here. What? I'm there. I don't know. Something happened. Where did we leave it? What had what had occurred last time? There had
the last. I'm gone.
no go. Yeah.
The last thing, the very last thing was they'd found the body of Bacon, and there was a newspaper article about him dying.
An obituary or
Obituary in occult magazine.
That was
Cult
it.
Weekly.
That was written by none other than Alistair Crowley.
Alistair Crowley. So we're going to Malardock.
Yeah, and he mentioned in the obituary. We got the obituary. Where is the obituary? Mr. Bacon's obituary. Let's make that available to everybody. Configuration, ownership. Everybody can look at that. And then there's the newspaper article about Alexander's death that was greatly exaggerated. And there's also Mr. Gresti's letter where he thanks you for murdering Mr. Bacon. So they should all now be in the journal tab under handouts. Yes, the obituary which mentions Montague Edwards, known to viewers here as the Laird of Mulladoch. Mr. Bacon's death was a violent one and is as yet unexplained. So
I think him having no top to his head might explain.
Yeah.
But yeah, so there was that, and the fact, the obituary is signed off as that's the wrong article, as Parudabu, yes, which I believe Gerald was aware of. Is can't find it.
Name taken by a member of the Golden Dawn.
Yes. AKA Mr. Alistair Crowley.
Evil man in Britain.
Yes, the Beast. And Perdurabo in English means I will last through. And of course, there was the murders at the asylum, and you managed to get in and interview the wonderful Mr. Harrywell. And he's told you about the devil coming to see him, and the last thing the devil said to him was 7 days for his work, Lucius, then 5 days for mine. So 12 days, and that was on the 30th of November. Which would suggest, of course, the 12th of December.
That time is running out.
Yes, 12th of December as a possible deadline. And it is just after midday. It's about 20 past 12 in the afternoon on Thursday, the 8th of November.
Are we tootling off to Scotland? I believe that was the plan.
Yes.
Unless anybody's had any.
Can I time travel back a week? I did mention it in on Discord, but I just totally forgot about it last session, and we did time jump, didn't we? I wanted to see a solicitor. I wanted to write my will.
Oh
I've
yes,
a
I,
new
I,
will
I
drawn up.
vaguely remember this. Yeah.
Don't need to roleplay. I just wanted to have a new will, and I want to set up a business. So I'm going to liquidate a lot of my assets, put a lot of the money from that, which I will eventually get, into the business, and the business is going to be private investigators,
Oh.
and so signatories for the business will be both Charles and Gerald, so like joint partners for the business.
Okay.
And then my actual will, my character hasn't got any brothers or sisters, so he's got no nephews, anything like that. So he's not married. So if I die, can I have it that it's shared between my two business partners, and maybe set aside a little bit of money for that Delia, but I won't tell her.
All right. Ooh. Okay. Yes. Yeah. 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 Like I said, I do. I think we forgot about it, but yeah, I remember you requesting that. So that's that the inception of the what the well, is there a name? What's the name this is
No
going
idea.
under?
If they can decide on that after, can't we? Probably
Three Stooges.
could run it from the bookshop.
Black Books.
Black Books investigators.
Black Book
Inquiry
Agency.
agents.
Yeah.
Specialising in the occult, maybe. But we know it's not just the occult.
Specialise in the unusual and the outre.
Yeah.
Not to mention the outright fucking weird.
Space horses.
That's it.
Space troubled by space horses. Go somewhere else.
Are you suffering with space? Are you suffering with space horses on your property? Strange rocks in your garden with crazy inscriptions on it. Then you know who to call.
You've got a problem in your sewers,
Yeah,
your drainage system. Sewer monsters.
yeah.
Yeah, so I do that, and then prior to us going, I want to buy some more guns.
Oh my god.
I want to buy. Do you want a rifle? Do you want a shotgun?
I've got a shotgun.
You've got a Sonos shotgun.
No, I've got a full blown, haven't I?
I thought you
I
sawed the
thought-
barrel off.
I
You
thought we
used it
only
in the house,
Oh yeah.
and you sawed the barrel off.
Oh, did we
So
saw
it's-
the barrel off them all?
Yeah. Apart from the pump action.
I need
that'd
a
be
new
stupid.
gun. I need a new gun because I
Yeah.
threw my sewer
So do you
We
want,
did.
to? Well, you can,
heroically.
you can
I'll
have
have
both. A rifle.
I'll have a rifle.
We ought to have a rifle.
I think we should.
They'd have to be in my
I'm
name, though,
shooting.
wouldn't
There will have to be in your name, yeah.
they? So don't
Which-
kill anybody that.
Yeah, we're going to Scotland.
Yeah. Wait,
Yes.
don't
So
you-
if they get pulled up with them, then that'll be your
Well,
license. So will
they
be
they
revoked.
belong to me. They can, as long as they're not actively using them.
yeah.
Um,
If they
Well,
belong
we
to you,
actually
we'll
might be
shoot.
better
Going
off
to
with
Scotland.
shotguns.
We were clay pigeon shooting out in the street.
What about if we get one rifle
Yeah, get two shotguns, one rifle.
with slugs?
We've got loads of ammunition. We don't need.
Yeah,
them.
that's it. Yeah.
So I'll just buy.
Are we just getting double barrels, or are we going?
Yeah.
Okay.
So we've got the pump action.
Are we not having another pump action or anything?
Or do you want a pump action instead of a double barrel? We've got
Well,
pump
just-
action already.
I think we
think-
should. I think we should have another pump action. I think we should get another pump action and a rifle, and then we're tooled up then.
and then we've got 2 sawn-offs and a pistol.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
so
they
can I
can.
buy a Lee Enfield and another pump action?
Then
So
that's it.
I'll carry the rifle. You two have the pump actions,
Yeah, that's fine.
and then we're not breaking any laws until we start killing people.
Just
yeah.
rouse.
Yeah. Have all wild boar been eradicated in the UK?
I
at this
believe
time?
I believe they're gone,
Yeah.
along with the wolves and the bears.
Well,
Unfortunately,
actually, we're going to Scotland, and there's
Loads
red
of
deer.
there
Red
is.
deer. Yeah. So you need
Yeah.
we'd need a large caliber weapon to kill some red deer up in Scotland.
It's coming right at us.
It's coming right for us. Boom. Remember, don't mangle the deer too much. We need to eat it.
Mm-hmm.
So, so when are you buying these guns? By the way, is that what you're spending the rest of today doing? I mean,
What do we want? Some torches. We need a full investigator.
full English
shopping
breakfast.
spree. Some cans of gasoline to take on train.
Yeah, you are going to be travelling by train as well. Yeah. So.
Yeah, I do want to buy. If we
Some
can't get
big
hold of some
sacks.
handcuffs, I want to buy a decent quality chain
And a padlock.
and some padlocks. Yes.
Okay.
Are we? Do we want to go and see this Crowley person? Do we need to? Do we want to?
I think that might be a terrible idea.
Yeah.
Because he sounds like his friend, doesn't he? So he may warn him. I mean, he knows we're after him, but
And he may just like magic us to.
and we can't kill him because he's a real person from history.
Mm.
Disrupt the timelines.
We've not heard anything from the Gresty guy, have we?
Not since your second letter, which was.
We did get a second letter.
You did get a second letter, didn't you? Which was on. Let me see. When was that?
Oh, that was. He mentioned that farm, didn't he? In the west.
Yeah.
I believe Gresty's second letter. So that was on the 29th of November, just a couple of days after Mr. Bacon's head mysteriously exploded.
So Scotland, we've not really got much time, have we? It's going to take. Will we be able to get there this evening?
No, you could possibly get as
Sleeper?
far as
Yeah.
you could.
There's a sleeper train.
The trains that leave for Scotland are let's see.
Whereabouts in Scotland is it? Is it north?
So look, well, if you, I suppose you
it's
can.
quite a way north.
Yeah, you talk. It doesn't. It's not hard to find out. So it's sort of towards Inverness, west of Inverness.
Oh, so up top.
So it's a full.
Don't think the sleeper wouldn't run up there, would it?
No.
Like run to I don't know. I don't know about Edinburgh, Glasgow.
Yeah.
That kind of thing.
Sleepers don't run there. So where were we? So there is the London, Midland and Scottish Railway service that serves Inverness. Trains run from Euston Station and they depart at 8 a.m. sharp, which would get you into Inverness at about 7:20 that evening, the same evening. Or rather the same day, the evening of the same day. You could. It does. Obviously, it's not an express It's not an express train, so it has got stops en route. One of the main stops is at Manchester. It is as an alternative. You could get a train from Euston to Manchester, and then get a join the connecting train later the next day. But that's still going to get you, still not going to get you into Inverness until the evening.
Mm.
Yeah, it's probably worth like getting there, seeing if we can hire a car or something late on and just drive.
What, drive to Scotland?
No, from like
Oh,
Edinburgh or
Inverness.
Aberdeen or wherever we can get
oh
to.
yeah.
So your best bet is to drive from Inverness. Driving from anywhere, obviously driving from London would be a massive undertaking. But driving from anywhere no closer would be problematic. It would take some time because of the weather, and the further north you get, the worse it gets.
Clothes, warm coats.
Yeah, it's going to be bastard cold up there.
Yes, could well be. Like I said, the weather gets progressively worse the further north you get, and Inverness is pretty far north. I think it's to the east of well, it's on the River Ness, I believe, which runs into Loch Ness. So I will presume that we're saying that you're spending the rest, what's left of today, in making your preparations, then, are you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would say so.
Okay. So securing firearms, shotguns aren't going to be a problem. Harry's now got a license for wasn't that a license for a handgun though?
It's a firearms license, isn't it?
Can't remember if they're specific. We'll say not.
It wouldn't be hard to get hold of a Lee Enfield, because it's what they used in First World War, isn't it?
Yeah, it's
they still used it in World War II as well. So.
All right. So Firearms Act of 1920 required anyone wanting to possess a firearm or ammunition to obtain a firearm certificate. The certificate, which lasted for 3 years, specified not only the firearm but also the amount of ammunition the holder could buy or possess. So the certificate is for a specific firearm. So you can't use a certificate to buy a multitude of weapons.
We'll have another double barrel then instead of the rifle. So pump action, a double barrel.
So your certificate is only good for one specific weapon.
It's for the pistol.
Yeah. So, do you want to record everything that you're taking? You want to record it on your sheet? So there's Is there anything? So at the minute you were talking a couple of shotguns,
Shotgun.
or
it's
some
not a double
shotguns, some
barrel.
replacement shotguns, some chain, and some padlocks. Is that it? Or some winter clothing was it as well?
Shorts and t-shirt. Some thermal long johns.
Anything else you're taking? I mean, if you haven't got it, you haven't got it.
Obviously, like torches. We need torches, aren't we? So we'll take some torches.
Some flashlights, okay?
Yeah.
Like I say, if you edit the notes section on your sheets, you can just like write down what it is that you're taking, what you'll be carrying with you.
Or to take a crowbar.
How many rounds does it hold, John? 5?
What's this? The pump action.
action.
Yes, I believe so. So you two have the pump actions. I'll have a double
Okay,
barrel.
let me. Have you still got the rifles, or do we need to add them back on? All right. So
What's the damage on it?
So Charles has got
4d6 at close range.
it's it's on your sheet.
Before d6,
yeah.
2d6, 1d6, and I'll give you my sawn off shotgun, Gerald. So you've got a sawn off again.
Okay, let's just check what Gerald's got.
Cool.
So yeah,
So if you like close up, you're probably better off dropping the shotgun, or if you fired all your shotgun pump action, you can switch to double barrel kind.
so yeah, that's still on your sheet as well. So you got your 12 gauge sawn off shotgun. You got your
And I've got a
pocket knife,
and a
your
pump action.
sword kit. Oh, you got a pump action as well, have you?
It was
Yeah.
mine here.
Yeah. Okay. So
you
let's give you a pump action as well. Then there we go. One pump action shotgun. Oh dear.
It's if there's a herd of deer, you've got to be.
Yeah, get him,
fast,
get him with the spread.
Don't
They're
need to,
vicious. Vicious
reloading a
bastards,
double
those
barrel. You get
Yeah,
5 shots off with a shotgun. Pump
I
action.
mean, they go for throat, dear. They're known to attack the throat.
Savage. Them horns are lethal, aren't they? Those
Absolutely, yeah.
antlers, Horns.
Teeth.
People don't.
And the nasty, sharp, pointy teeth.
Yeah.
Look,
yeah.
people
Hooves.
don't realise that
Nasty hooves.
that they can be carnivorous.
Especially Scottish ones.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Scottish
Scottish
ones.
deers are known to be carnivorous.
Roll get him batter
so we've
and
got some
fry you.
chain. Chain, rope.
50 foot of rope. 10-foot
Chain
pole.
some deer.
11-foot pole. 11-foot pole.
Oh, 11 foot. Oh, controversial that. So rope, chain, padlocks, guns.
Dynamite.
I'm not sure you got enough time to procure dynamite.
We can make it on the way.
We
Don't
can
worry.
make it. Gerald's got a book on how to make it.
Yeah.
Yeah, make it out of like used tea bags.
Stale coffee granules.
Yeah.
Stale coffee grounds.
Okay.
Seems reasonable.
Perfectly
More than
reasonable.
reasonable.
Perfectly reasonable.
I mean,
So
I don't know why we're taking all these guns. We just want to go and talk to them, don't we?
Yeah. But this means they will talk.
this irrational behavior.
The
Of course,
persuaders. That's all they
because
are.
of course we're forgetting the fact that that Harry is indefinitely indefinitely insane. Although
in the membrane.
yeah, although nobody's really aware of this. Probably
I'm not insane.
Harry's insane in the brain.
I would know if I was insane.
Wibble.
My eyes have been opened to the truth. I'm protecting us and myself by buying weapons.
so.
How about like bridle and full tack just in case like we meet any horses.
Space horses.
Yeah. Bridle, tack, saddle.
Yeah. Do you have any bridle tacks and saddles with carved runes into for protection?
Specifically for space horses.
Yeah, specifically for evil black space horses.
And one of those tools for taking stones out of
Oh yeah,
horses'
yeah.
hooves.
Well, yeah.
No. What we want is a tool for putting stones in the hooves, because that'll piss them off.
Yeah.
Would if
True.
if I go to the gun shop, would they have time to go and see if they can find any information about Edward's place of residence?
They could, I guess they could. Yes.
Did you say there was a lock?
British Library.
Oh, it's near a lock.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think you mentioned there was a lock.
Yeah. I think we looked it up on the map.
I wonder if he's going to sacrifice him. Sacrifice Alexander. He says he needs him to do something.
Not when we get there.
Or
Not when he falls into a bullet.
So yeah, so he said, or at least he said to at least Herriwell said that he said. So
Oh, is that what it was? Oh, he needs him to instigate something, start something, so he can then do whatever he wants to do.
So he said that he heard the devil. He said he heard the devil talking to Alexander, asking him how long, and Alexander told the devil that he would need no more than a week when he starts to dream.
Oh, right.
And then the devil came to Herriwell, threw one of his hands at him, which was the knife, and whispered, and after taking off his straitjacket, whispered to Herriwell, 7 days for his work, Lucius, then 5 days for mine. Which would, as we said already, if you're going to take that literally, that would bring it to the 12th, would mean the 12th of December.
So that definitely means that Alexander is the teacher, because he wouldn't be calling Edwards the devil, would he? He'd be,
No.
so Alexander is the teacher. So if we imagine if we kill Alexander, then Edwards can't do what he wants to do. He needs Alexander, doesn't he? Was that 7 days, and then another 5 days?
Yeah. So
that 7 days
Yeah.
is already
So
gone.
12
Then, hasn't
that
it?
7 days is already gone. Yeah.
Right, so we're into the 5
shit!
days.
So
Okay.
I don't need him anymore. So yeah, we need to get rid of Edwards.
Edwards needs to die.
So yeah, it's the 8th day. So it's the first.
So we've got 4
if
days
that
left.
if that is a timeline, then this today is the first of the 5 days that Edwards was talking about.
So
That he
it runs
needs.
till 12th then, basically, doesn't it? We've got
Yeah.
till 12th of December. Okay, we better hurry.
So did you say that you wanted to do a bit of digging while Harry was doing the shopping, the grocery shopping?
yeah, might as well.
Well, we've got, yeah. I mean, we've got nothing
an
to
hour or
lose.
two. You could just go and see if you can.
See
find
if we
it
can
there.
find. I'm assuming there's some sort of
see where the house is in
house
relation
or
to the lock.
castle or
Yeah, it might be a castle. Yeah.
Mm.
See if it's near the lock.
Okay. So
It's going to be going on near the lock. It's water based.
okay, so obvious places to hit one of the libraries, hit the British Museum Library or or one of the main libraries in London. So if you just chuck us out a library use roll from, unless you have a different suggestion for a source of information.
No, let's go with library use.
This is Gerald's bag.
Okay.
I'm clearly slightly distracted, but that
Can't you assist and give him an advantage?
Oh yeah, could do.
Oh, good, but he's got a success anyway.
It's
So
not me tea.
Anyway, yeah, I'll rub his shoulders.
So you can't find any mention of Montague Edwards. What's the? Let me refresh my memory on what it says
Laird
on
of
the
Millardoc.
obituary again.
Well, the university didn't know anything about him, so we're not. That's all kind of hidden, isn't it?
Yeah. So there's no. Yeah, you can't find any mention of a Montague Edwards or a Laird of Millardoc.
Oh, you can't.
What you do find is there is a lock called Millardoc. Let's see, you've got a bit of a.
There is.
I believe you actually found looked it up in the real world. But yes, we have I believe you managed to find a little map. Where are we? No, that is not what I'm after. No, I do not want audio. I want images. Thank you very much. There we go. That loads up. And come on, map. Where are you?
It's
Come on.
due to be flooded in about 30 years' time, apparently.
Oh, wow. There we are.
Is that because of us? The actions of today
Probably.
are going to cause a flood in 30 years' time.
That and building a dam.
There we go.
Sorry, 20 years. 23 years' time, they're going to flood the place. So
So yeah,
that
there
would be
you go.
evidence.
So there is. So Loch Millardoc lies about 20 miles west of Loch Ness, near the village of a small village called Canich. And again, on these maps, there's no sign. There's nothing that identifies like a country, like a family home, like Millardoc home. But you do see there on the maps there is some kind of old lodge or hunting lodge or you don't know. Yeah, not sure what it is.
Cultist lodge. Is it a cult, like a cultist lodge?
Yeah,
Sex
old
cult.
hunting lodges. That's where all of the shit goes down.
Yeah. So maybe we need something. It's probably going to be wooden, so we need some flammable material or matches with us then.
I've always got a lighter for my cigars.
That's all right.
Is it a village or is it more like a little hamlet?
Looks like a hamlet.
Yeah.
It's like half a dozen houses, a post office, and a church.
It has got a church, hasn't it? What's the PH?
Public house.
Sorry, public house.
Scottish. There's got to be a public house. So we to get to this place then, we're going to have to hire a car. Yeah, there's no.
Yeah, you're probably going to have to hire a car from Inverness.
Yeah.
So an unsealed road, the like key on the map, an unsealed road is basically like a dirt road.
Dirt track. So we get the train to Inverness and then drive.
So Loch Mulladock lies in the Western Highlands of Scotland. It's about 30 miles southwest of the city of Inverness on the Moray Firth and the northeast coast. On the north shore lies the East Benula Forest, covering the mountain slopes of Sgur. No, God, I'm not even pronounce that Celtic name. Rising on the south shore are the peaks of some more mountains. And on the eastern end of the lake is the river Canich, which flows off the River Glass, and that is where the village of Canich is located as well.
That forest is going to be full of ferocious deer.
So yeah, it's basically it's quite isolated. It's surrounded by mountains and forests.
The perfect place
Good.
for a murder.
Murder.
Murders.
Yeah, there's
Us. Murders.
Time to crack out that accent again.
Aye.
It was a mercy killing.
This is probably not relevant at all, but the mound back at
Claire
what was
Melford.
it? Claire Melford. Oh, was it on a map where we saw the teeth? They looked like formed like an arrow, and you said they were pointing in a direction, or seemed to be pointing in a direction.
Yes.
What?
Oh, the
What was
pillars.
Yeah, they weren't like pointing.
Well, they're pointing north, weren't they?
West.
If you put
West.
it on a map, would it be pointing to this location?
No.
Roughly.
No.
So it's not got nothing to do with it. Thought it might not have.
No, there were so you found the holes where the stones had been placed, and they formed like in
Thought
they were like
east, weren't they?
a V formation. So the wide part of it, I'm not sure, I can't remember what you call that, was to the east side, and the point of the V was to the west.
Okay, right. Let's.
Obviously,
Get on the
Scotland
train.
is to the north. To the north.
Ah.
So
Trying it.
train.
Okay.
Choo choo.
So we're going to catch the train the next morning from Euston Station.
Yep.
Okay. Very cool. So like I said, there's so let's move it to the next day then. So it's a 9th. Well, let's try and move it to the next day. Why can't I move it? Oh, it's moved it to dawn of this same day. That is not correct.
Go back in time.
We've gone back in
No.
time.
I
Oh,
want
no,
the
it's
night.
jumped to an entire day forward. So there we go. There we go. That's correct. So yes, it is the morning, dawn on the morning of the 9th. 6 arising, you up and at 'em, a good like 6 o'clock in the morning, ready to catch the train from Euston at 7:20 that not 7:20 at 8 a.m. that morning. So yeah, is there anything else you want to do before you get on the train?
No.
Maccadees. Breakfast.
It's Michael McDonald's at the moment.
Yeah.
It just does meager breakfasts.
Yeah.
And hot teas.
Okay, so like I said, the train.
Nice coffee to take with me.
A nice thermos. So you head over to catch a taxi over to Euston Station with all your many belongings.
All these violin cases.
Yeah,
that I've
violin
got with me.
cases and
Big
winter
bags.
coats. And load yourself up into one of the cabins. I forgot what they call them. In the carriage, in the train carriage, compartments. That's what they are. Compartments. It's one of the compartments of the train carriage. I believe I have some pictures of the compartment. I believe I have. I did. Is that it?
No,
There it
that's
is.
not good.
There we go. There we go. So the train carriage is made up of these compartments with there's a seating for about 6 people at maximum, and then so these compartments will run along one side of the train, and then there's of course an adjoining corridor that runs the length of the carriage that can then connects to the other carriages of the train. So as I said, the train leaves at 8 o'clock sharp that morning, and there are a few stops on the journey, so it's a nearly 12 hours, just shy of 12 hours journey. There is the main stopover, the main stopover is at Manchester, where the train stops, sits at the station for about half an hour before continuing its journey northwards. For when you first board the train at Houston, the compartment, you share the compartment with a couple of other people. But upon reaching Manchester, they disembark, and you're left with the compartment to yourselves. So, like I say, you've got about half an hour in Manchester before the train departs again. So, a lot of passengers take this opportunity to stretch the legs, get a drink and something to eat on the platform at the station. There's a dining car on the train as well, of course.
Do you think we should send a telegram to Graham to let him know where we're going? Because we think his brother might be there. Not the police, but to Graham. Or should we leave that until we actually get to Inverness?
No, I'd leave it, because what are we going to achieve by sending that telegram?
Just so there's a trail, they know, he knows where we've gone, where we think his brother is. Because he doesn't want his brother running round, does he? And I'm also thinking if any of us get injured or go missing, they know where to go looking.
I think even if we did go missing and they did go looking, I would suspect they're not going to find
It'd be
anything.
too late.
Yeah. They may find a mummified type corpse.
Well, or just a puddle of blood, like
Yeah.
that poor farmer.
Yeah.
There wasn't even that.
No.
Well, I'm staying on the train. I don't know about you two. Do you want to go and stretch your legs?
No, I'm fine.
I might just have a wander up and down the corridor.
Yeah, I'll be reading the paper anyway.
See if we're being followed. See if somebody's got on train with us. That Coombs character's unaccounted for, isn't it?
Okay, so I would say you've probably had plenty. You'll have had a few hours with the train leaving Houston and between Houston and Manchester. So by the time you reach Manchester, you're pretty sure you'll have been able to explore the train. Check out the dining car, the different carriages, and like I said, by the time you reach Manchester, you're pretty certain there's no sign of anybody who looks like Coombs, and as far as you can tell, nobody who seems to be paying you any amount of attention. So, Gerald, while the others are just sat, in the compartment, and you're walking up and down the corridor, the carriage, maybe into some of the other carriages, watching the new passengers boarding the train. You see like people milling around on the platform, some of them looking for, probably looking for friends that they're travelling with, or people that are arriving at Manchester. And you spot one man in particular who he catches your attention because he's got quite a nervous sort of disposition, and he's walking up and down, appears to be looking for his compartment where he's supposed to be sat. And as he passes close by the window that you stood at, you can see him absently sort of fidgeting with something, fingering something on a cord around his neck. And as he passes directly by the window and on the door to the carriage, you can see it's one of these black whistles.
Oh, good.
Oh.
Can I just pay attention to whereabouts he goes?
Well, he's kind of, like I say, he's kind of wandering up and down,
just,
looking a bit lost. And he spots you looking at him. And
I'll stick my head out.
Well,
you all right there, bud?
Yeah, I'm looking for my carriage, my compartment. Do you know where compartment 412 is?
I'm assuming that's not ours.
It is.
Oh.
Oh, yeah, it's in here, mate. You with us? You lucky bastard.
Right, kind of. Gives you an uncomfortable sort of smile. Okay.
Going far. We're off up to Inverness. Better grouse.
He sort of so he wanders over to the door and opens the door to the compartment and clambers inside, pushing his suitcase up onto the rack. Says, "Yes, I'm going all the way up to Inverness."
Well, Charles, Harry, I'm Gerald. Pleasure to meet you.
Is he still? I mean, I haven't seen him yet, but do I notice anything?
So yeah, when he sits down, he's constantly like fidgeting with this whistle around his neck.
Do the doors to the compartments have locks on them?
No, I wouldn't have thought so. They're not like
I
private compartments.
Do they have screens?
Yeah, they'll have like blinds that pull down for a bit of privacy. Yeah. So on the windows facing onto the corridor side, the ones on the exterior don't.
How do the windows open much on the inside the compartment?
The only window that opens is the one that's on the door. You can see in the picture there's that leather strap that you use to you can pull it down, and they use a leather strap to pull on it to like bring the window back up again.
Oh right, so it's quite a big window.
Yeah.
Oh, that's good.
So
Well, wait till
what takes you to Inverness?
Hunting trip.
Oh,
Bit of grouse.
Grouse, hopefully some red deer.
I've never been to Scotland before myself.
Oh. Where are you heading?
Inverness.
Okay,
Um,
we gathered that you're on the same train as us.
You've introduced us. Do we know his name yet? Has he introduced himself?
I says, how rude of me. My name's Lister, Henry Lister.
And what might you be going to Inverness for?
Oh, I
Mr.
have a social engagement. I'm afraid I'm rather late.
Oh, what type of social engagement?
Oh, a club.
Oh, in
social-
Inverness?
just outside Inverness, actually. Yes.
Oh, whereabouts? We've got some friends just outside Inverness.
I believe it's. Oh, you've probably never heard of it. It's nearest. I think it's near a village called Canwich. I don't know exactly. I'm supposed to. I'm supposed to. I'm supposed to meet somebody at Inverness station. I'm supposed to be getting a driver's supposed to meet me.
Oh, do you know who you're meeting?
I have no idea. But I'm a little late. I should
Sorry,
be.
sir. What's your name again?
My name it's Henry Lister. Oh, what's your name?
Oh,
again?
Henry Lister. Oh, Charles. You might have seen me about.
He sort of looks at. Oh, aren't you that? You used to be an actor, didn't you?
You know it. Yes, I did. Yes, I did.
Yes, I remember. My wife used to have some pictures of you in the Sunday magazine.
Oh, shame I don't have any pictures of your wife.
No, she's not my wife anymore.
Oh,
He killed her. He murdered her. Sacrificed her. So what's your profession, Mr. Lister?
I am a where is he? He is. I'll tell you in a minute. I operate a machine press for green engineering in Salford.
And the did you say you're a member of a club?
Yes, it's just a social club.
Oh, what's the social club?
Stacks cult.
Oh, it's silly, really. It's just a private members club.
Just
And it's a special party. What you attended?
Well, I suppose so.
Bit of
I don't know if you. When you walked past earlier, I don't know. Me and my friends here, we've known each other such a long time, and when it comes to important days and,
at least
things
since
like that,
Wednesday.
we always like to get each other, strange gifts or something a little bit quirky and that. And I couldn't help notice your black whistle.
Oh. Yes, and he kind of holds it up and looks down at it as if he's kind of just seeing it for the first time.
How
Yes,
many of those have we got? Have we just got one, or have we got two?
just got one.
One, haven't we?
Yeah,
You've
one from.
definitely got one.
You got one
You've
from
got it,
Mr.
haven't you,
Bacon.
Gerald? I think you had it last.
Yeah, I've got it. And we've got a bell. That's what you're thinking is the other thing we've got.
Yeah.
If
We've
I
got
had
a
it on my
black
person,
whistle,
I
and
might
we've got
try
that.
and do something, but
I've
it's in your possession, so I won't try and do
Okay.
something.
Yes, it's an interesting feature. Do you mind if I have a little toot on it?
It kind of looks at it.
Don't
and
get him
look-
dancing.
I like to hear the tones. I'm into theatre, and like you said, you've seen me
yes,
about before.
I know. Yeah.
I'm into quirky things. I like to hear tones. I like to hear sounds. I like to get the feel for it. I like to know if I can bring something into a production, or with little things like this. Just bring a little bit of ambiance into the theatres, and just do something different. Sir, do you mind if I have a little blow on it? And I put my hand out.
Kind of looks at you and shrugs. I suppose so. I don't see why not.
Excellent. And I
hands it
take
to
it and
you.
I take it and I give it a good blow.
Okay, so there's this weird, well, it's not weird. It's this shrill, piercing whistle.
Interesting tone.
To be honest, I've it's a bit strange, really. I've never actually blown it before. That's the first time I've heard
really?
it.
Who has a whistle and doesn't blow it?
Well, it's kind of a token, a badge, if you like.
Yeah. Oh, well, yes. Anyway, I think I need to. I'm just going to pop to the dining car. Harry or Gerald, would you like to join me? I believe I'll get some drinks in.
Yeah, I suppose. Can we get you a drink, Mr. Lister? Sir?
That's quite all right. I had lunch before I boarded the train.
Okay.
And he takes his whistle back from you.
Yes. So I'll walk with Gerald.
But thank you very much. It's very kind of you to offer.
I get with Gerald and head towards out of the carriage. And,
coffee, Harry?
No, I'm fine, Gerald. I'm fine.
Are you sure, Harry? Because I'd like to get you something.
No,
Are you sure? Harry, getting a fucking coffee.
No, I'm going to stay here without.
No, stay there. That's fine. Yeah, but I'm just saying, can we get you something?
Not that I don't trust Miss
You know, anything for your head. Anything for your head.
No, I'm fine. I'm fine.
Okay, thank you.
I'll stay here with Mr. Lister while
Good.
you two go and get some refreshments.
Okay. I walk up the corridor, so we're out of earshot of the carriage that we were in.
Okay.
And I stop with Gerald and Gerald, you're probably not thinking what I'm thinking, but he doesn't know who he's meeting.
He doesn't. And the question is, do they know who they're meeting?
No, they only probably know his name and the fact that he's got the whistle.
That he's carrying a whistle.
Yeah, he's a card-carrying member of Psycho Cult.
I was thinking the same thing.
I was thinking, shall we throw him out of the train window? You won't have heard of this.
I wasn't
yet.
thinking.
You won't have heard of this, Gerald, but I'm getting some stories coming up in my head for future projects. One reminds me of a James Bond. I've got this vision of this guy. He's going to be a spy, and he fights this guy on a train, and then actually throws him out of a window. Could be big. Could be big.
Could be.
I'm thinking.
I feel that has a more Russian vibe.
I feel that we need to. I think we should remove the whistle from him somehow, if possible. And
was this train a sleeper?
Information about himself? No. Gets in at.
That's
it was 12 hours, I think, so it's going to get in at like 8 o'clock.
So I don't know. What do you suggest, Gerald? Because we know where he's going. So we either, if we produce a whistle ourselves and the bell, I feel we may give the game away, and we're probably going to end up being kidnapped, and maybe, or I don't know how.
The only issue would be they're expecting to meet one person, and if one of us turns up with a whistle, they are going to be in. Well, let's put it another way. Harry's going to be in some quite significant danger if he walks into Inverness train station wearing a whistle.
Yeah, I don't think we split up or anything, or.
If they're only expecting to meet one person, 3 people turning up is going to be raise some suspicions.
What if? I mean, Mr. Lister doesn't seem to know much about he knows he's going to a cult. He knows. Does he know he's part of a club? What if he's? We've never heard of him before. His name's never cropped up. What if
No.
What if he's going there to
And
be a
he's a
sacrifice?
Possibly. I mean, he's assuming that he's telling the truth, and we can maybe pump him for a bit of information about the finer details of machine press operation, just to make sure he is actually telling us the truth about his occupation. But that is a very random.
What about if he knows anything about the stones? Because if they've had to have multiple people for these rituals, what if he's maybe been part of the ritual where we found the stones? Could he have possibly? Because there were multiple people around that area at that time. So I wonder if he's.
Although if he was, you'd think he'd know who he was going to meet and a bit more
maybe
about them.
But
It does just seem to be a bit of a rando.
I guess it depends how they contact them. Maybe they just use them as like, I don't know. Do they just use them as? Is there certain people who run these things and they just, I don't know, they just get people in as and when?
I do feel that he's destined not to actually meet up with his contact.
Yes. I don't know what we do with him on the train. We're sort of stuck with him here.
Is Harry
Yeah, I'm not.
doing anything?
I'll definitely keep my eye on him, and just think I'm not going to push anything. I'll engage him in small talk, and I don't know, talk about the weather.
Okay. He's
from Manchester, isn't he?
He is,
Got on
yes.
at Manchester.
Yeah. And he's
So,
clearly
actually,
got the accent as well. Which
I will ask about this club or society that he's in. Are you the only member from Manchester then that's going up to this event?
I don't know. As far as I know, I don't know of any other members, but from my hometown.
So where would you normally meet other members if you're the only one that's going from Manchester?
To be honest, I've only been in correspondence with the group up to now.
Oh right. And they they sent you out the little
Well, I did. I received the whistle was kind of given at as a badge of membership. Yes.
And how does one join said society?
It's like a private members club, so it's by invitation only, as far as I'm aware.
So who invited you? How did they know to invite you? Was it through a friend?
I'm not, to be honest, I'm not entirely sure. They contacted me as they were aware of my interests that were in line with that of the membership of the group.
And this is quite a recent membership. What you?
Oh yes, probably about 6 months.
And what is the? I mean, please tell me to shut up if you. What is the group? What is the basis of the group? What is the interest? I'm a bit of a. I have an interest going to say in the occult, but I don't think I do have any occult knowledge. Is it? What is the shared interest? May I ask?
Well, it's kind of outre subjects. Yeah, the spiritualism and the occult and such like, which is not is quite a popular. It's quite it's pretty popular around about this time as well.
It sounds really interesting. I don't suppose you have any literature I could have a look at. I've read my paper.
I do have one book. It's a book of poems. Well, kind of poems, I believe.
Poetry. No.
Well, you're welcome to peruse it if you wish.
Mm-hmm.
So he gets up, and pulls down his suitcase, opens it up, rummages through it, and produces a book.
So as he's turned his back from me, I'm going to take my coat, muffle my handgun, and I'm going to shoot him in the back of the head. I'm joking.
Aww.
I will sit down and wait for him to give me the book.
Yeah, as that wouldn't have triggered a bout of madness. Still, anyway, okay. So yeah, he produces a book from his suitcase and he hands it to you, and it is a copy of Alexander Roby's book.
I thought it might be.
Of course it is.
Obviously.
So it's the book that he wrote, which we have a copy of, don't we? We've read it.
Yeah. No, it's in my.
So is this chap that's? I'll say that I've never heard of the. I'll have a look at it, but I'll say I've never heard of the author. Is he part of the group?
I don't know. I've not. The book was sent. The book was sent to me by the group.
Intriguing. So you don't happen to know how many people are going to this event?
No, not particular. Just,
are you going to be staying?
Do you know what time we're due to arrive in Inverness?
If I do, I'll tell him. I have no idea.
So yeah, the train, according to the schedule, it's supposed to arrive at about 7:20 in the evening. Right, so late.
We're all the way through to Inverness, so we'll be travelling up with you all the way. One of my friends is actually he owns a bookshop. He might have seen that book because he's interested in poetry and he's a avid collector of occult works and tomes. But it's not something I've read.
Well, as I say, feel free to read, to borrow the book for the journey if you wish. If you have nothing else to pass the time.
Can I do a psychology to see if I believe him? I mean, I believe him, but does Harry believe him?
You can do, I suppose. So he gets up and kind of walks over to the window, peering out on the landscape going by.
How old did you say he was?
He is. It looks to be in his late 30s, maybe early 40s.
What would you say? Middle class? What quite?
Maybe lower middle class, upper working class. Kind of dressed in like it's a sort of newish looking suit, but it's a cheap suit.
I wanted to fail really badly, but I've got success.
Okay, so
I'm not going to shoot him.
Yet.
I'll let Charles chuck him out a window.
Yeah. I'll do it as part of a dance. It's not murder then.
so yeah, you think he's been honest with you. It comes across as being a little bit nervous and on edge.
I don't think he really knows what he's involved in, does he?
No, he hasn't got a Scooby.
So I'll just stay in the carriage then and just carry on making small talk.
So, like I
until
say,
they
he
come back.
sort of peers out the window, watching the world go by for a few moments. And he says, "Well, if you'll excuse me, I think I'm going to stretch my legs a little bit, Danny."
There's nothing in. If I have a quick look through the book, there's nothing written in the book, is there? Like to so and so from.
No.
There's nothing. There's nothing being added to it.
No.
So I'll give him the book back.
Oh, do you not? Are you not interested?
Oh, if he doesn't ask for it back, I'll
He says,
keep
no, he
hold
says
of it.
he's happy for you to if you want something to read, he's happy for you to
Read
borrow
it on the way up.
Oh yeah. I'll keep it then.
So yeah,
if they come back,
he leaves the
I'll
compartment anyway and goes for a walk.
So when they come back,
Well, as he leaves the carriage, me and Gerald are on his way back.
Okay, right. He smiles at you kind of awkwardly, and there's a bit of a, just a indecision about you. He's going to, who's going to pass, who's going to squeeze past.
Are we dancing?
Yeah, a bit of a like social dance as he tries to decide, and he's like,
Out of the way, peasant.
and yeah, he heads off in the direction of heads off up the train, presumably either going for a walk, or the dining cars further up the train as well. So you're returning to your compartment.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Any news, Harry?
I'll show them the book. He's read a similar book to what we've read. It's our friend Alexander's poetry book.
Ah.
Well, snap.
Has he got a bag?
He has got a
he's
suitcase.
got a bag. I was just going to say, should we have a rummage in his suitcase?
I will. Harry, watch the door or pull the blind down.
I was going to say, I'll go and stand in the corridor.
Yeah.
He said he was looking out of the window. What is it to look at out of the window? The train station.
No, the train's moving now. It was just looking out, watching.
Oh, we are moving.
Yeah.
Right.
I'll rummage through his bag carefully.
Yeah,
I'll go and stand out. Stand out in the corridor.
So
Yeah.
there's
I'll have.
nothing unusual. There's like a couple of sets of clothes again. The nicely pressed clothes, but the on the cheaper side. Couple of pair of shoes.
Anything in them? Anything like hidden in the folds
No,
or anything?
nothing.
Or anything
Nothing.
else?
There's
No.
nothing untoward or unusual
I
in
think
there at
you're
all.
right. I think he's just like meat for the grinder.
Yeah,
I do.
I don't think he really knows.
I don't think he knows
what
much
they're up
about what's
to.
going on.
He's not in the inner circle, is he?
I think he's sort of been pulled into this. He's been pulled into this cult through. He's obviously read the literature and the papers and stuff like that and subscribed to it. I
I
think.
wonder if he's had any dreams, strange dreams.
And then he's.
I'll have a chat with him about dreams and shit.
Yeah.
I'm Mr.
'Cause
Occulty.
Does the book of poems does that talk about having dreams and things?
Well, it appears to be the actual poems appear. I think that was your
like
assessment.
dreams,
They are sort of it's all more like a dream journal.
Oh right. Well, I can ask him then. I'll tell him that I'll not say I'm a criminal psychologist. I'll just say I'm a psychologist. So from my understanding, these poems that relate to dreams. Do you have dreams? Have you had any dreams? I'll ask him when he comes back.
Um,
But
I can see if he knows how much he actually knows about the occult and have like a nice little
Yeah.
occulty conversation with him.
pick his brains because I do not think I have any occult.
I've got plenty.
I mean, I'm guessing he's going to the village where we're going. I would imagine he's going to be staying at the lodge, so we don't really need to abduct him or anything, do we? Or get in the car he was going to use. We can just make our
I
own
think
way,
the only
can't we?
question is,
Who's
do we
picking him
want
up?
to pretend to be him?
Yeah, but only one of us could do that. But we do have 2 whistles. We
Yeah.
have our own whistle.
But if they're only expecting one, unless we get to Inverness and there are fucking hods of people wandering around with whistles,
I don't think there will be.
Everyone's playing the whistle.
and some sort of bus for whistle carriers.
Yeah.
The thing is, if we remove him and someone takes his place, my concern is that whoever takes his
Never met any. He
place.
said he's never met anybody.
Yeah, but what's
So
the,
it's
what's the
all-
other person going to do? Because, like, say it's Harry, for example. You're gonna end. I'm just saying, for example, I'm just saying you're going to end up, say, embroiled in this. What if he is a sacrifice? Then you're screwed.
Yeah. I wouldn't say. I don't. I just think if we're going to do that, I just think one person pretends to be him. We don't try and pass off the second person. But when we're up there, you could use you could pretend to be somebody else, couldn't you? Depends how many there are of them, like you said.
If, for example, Harry pretends to be him with a whistle, and if, for example, he did end up as a sacrifice, we'd inherit his new business. So,
Well,
you know, I'm
I
just
have
saying
no
there's upsides.
intention of becoming a sacrifice. I just think we just let him go on his way, and go up to follow him up, and go up to the village and hire a car and go to the village. Because to pretend to be him, that means we have to get rid of him.
Yeah.
And
And
do you
how
want-
are we going to get rid of him?
Do you want to throw him out of the window? I don't really want to throw him out of the window.
I do. I do want to throw him out of the window, but just for fun.
I don't think he's going to be a threat when we're actually up there.
I don't think he's. I think
No.
I think he's just a lackey.
Yeah, I don't think he's of any importance.
Certainly, somebody, when we get to Inverness, we can see who he meets.
I'd be
I
more
think he is
interested
going
to
to
see who he
Sandwich
meets,
versus us.
but we know where he's going
Yeah.
anyway, and we sort of know how to get there.
Well, we can when we get off the train, we can help him to the car maybe, or watch him go to his car, and see who the driver is, see if we recognise the driver. But yeah, I don't think we'd do anything to him. But if you want to try and pick his brains,
Well, I'll just see how
what
much he
occult he
actually
knows.
knows about the occult, and maybe plant some seeds of this isn't a terribly good idea.
so I'll start the conversation off with about the book, the poems. Are they to do with dreams? Have you had any dreams? Is that why you've joined this society? Was that part of the reason? Tell me about your dream.
So is that you just waiting for him to return, come back to the compartment now, aren't you?
Yeah.
Yeah. Hoping he's not buggered off the train. We're still moving out.
Yeah. Yeah. So it's it won't be very healthy to leave the train at this point. So yeah, maybe about 10-15 minutes later, he comes. Yeah.
I'll get out my copy of British Gods, Religion and Myth,
Okay.
just to have a read of.
Okay.
So that's
So yeah, so Mr. Lister returns to the compartment about like I said, about 15-20 minutes later.
Mr. Lister, sir.
Right, he kind of
That's
nods.
not going to get old, by the way.
He kind of just smiles, kind of a weak smile, and sits down. sits down by up next to the window, and just kind of stares out the window.
Mr. Lister, sir, my companion tells me you're a student of the occult.
Well, I'm not sure student is would be the right word. I have an amateur passion.
No, I don't suppose. It sounds very pompous. I don't suppose you've heard of black books by any chance, have you? It's my little shop in London. I'm something of a specialist in occult and old volumes. I'm reading this myself at the moment, and I'll just wave British gods at him.
Yes, no, I'm not familiar with that one, but I'm afraid no, I haven't heard of your bookshop. I do have this the book that your friend I've lent to your friend to read during the trip. That did come from a bookshop in London, Bacon's Antiques, I believe.
Mr. Bacon, yes.
Oh, you're familiar with these?
I don't know him well. I don't know him well, but our paths have crossed. Obviously, in a similar sort of trade. I do believe. I think I've. Is that not sort of half English, half German?
Yeah.
Volume.
Is that it is, yes.
I believe a copy passed through my bookshop some time ago. My German is quite rusty, unfortunately.
Yes, mine isn't good. I had to use a dictionary.
But,
yes. So yeah, but yes, yes.
I seem to remember.
Excuse my pronunciation. The Wanderer Dirk Den See. Yes. The Walker by the Lake, I believe.
Indeed. Yes. Most interesting time. I believe the author was put away for murder. I do believe.
Oh, I'm not aware of that.
Killed his entire family. Very wrong do.
Oh dear. That's not something I'm aware of.
Yes, I believe his father was something in the city. It was quite a number of years ago now, I believe. The news probably didn't make its way up to the grim north.
Maybe not. He kind of smiles and shrugs and goes to looking back out of the window again.
There was now then. What was? I seem to remember people that book was said to cause all sorts of strange dreams in those who read it. As I say, I struggled with the German myself, so I didn't make it all the way through, and I sold it on for, well, quite a substantial amount of money. I seem to remember.
You had a copy of the book?
Yeah, several years ago, I think.
Oh. So, well, that's interesting, but no, I can't say it's inspired any dreams in me. I feel a little that's a little disappointed.
Yeah, I can't remember who I sold it to. I don't think it was Mr. Bacon. You know, he's dead as well now, don't you?
Mr. Bacon? The book you put
Yeah.
out. Really?
Yes, it was in the papers just before we set out. Apparently, the top of his head exploded.
Definitely dead.
He's certainly dead.
It
He's not much of a swimmer either.
Again,
he frowns and kind of glances at you all, and
does seem that book, Misfortune, does seem to follow it around.
oh,
Well, I hope you have a lovely time in Scotland, though. I'm sure nothing untoward will happen to you at all.
Sounds exciting. You're going to make loads of new friends.
Yeah, secret meetings with people that you've never met before. Stranger danger.
it looks.
Secret
It-
societies.
He looked a little bit
Black
nervous.
whistles. With my reputation.
Says yes, I'm
Well,
quite quite exciting, really.
yes, exciting. That's definitely
That's
that is
one word to
definitely one
use.
of the words that one could choose to describe her.
Most
Thrilling.
excited.
Dangerous, almost.
Risque, some may say.
I like a man who lives the life on the edge.
Oh, well, that wouldn't be me.
Really? Going off like hundreds of miles to meet the most evil man in Britain.
What? I'm sorry. Who are you talking about?
The most evil man in Britain, Crowley. He's one of. He lives up not far from Inverness. Sorry, I just assumed that was part of the group you were going to meet.
No.
He has a house where all sorts of yes, I dabble in the occult, but no, bit strong for me as that kind of thing. Sciences, communing with the devil. Yeah, it's all. Yes, I'm very much a dabbler rather than.
I've read Mr.
myself.
Mr. Crowley's works, but no, I don't believe he's a member of the group. No.
Just seems, seeing as his house is maybe a dozen or so miles from Inverness.
I wasn't
Quite
aware of
peculiar
that.
if he wasn't, or coincidental. Anyway,
Possibly.
well, you're a brave man, sir. I salute you.
Thank you.
Anyway,
Can we have a psychology roll on him now to see what he's sort of feeling? See what mood he's in?
You can, I suppose. Yeah, why not?
While I'm listening, I'm going to sort of get a read on the guy. Badly, I have no idea. It means nothing to me.
I think that's. Actually, I'll have a psychology. It's probably more one for Harry, but no.
Yeah.
He's lapping it up. I'm going to carry on.
He is a
laying
happy
it on
chappy.
thick.
Yeah.
He's loving my stories.
Yeah. Enthralled.
I'll start rattling on about some of Aleister Crowley's more notorious larks.
Okay, so it does actually, as you talk more about Mr. Crowley, it does show, it does pique his interest, and he engages with you much more actively, and you kind of strike up quite a conversation, and yeah, he sort of gives you some insight into his own knowledge of those subjects. So he's clearly a keen amateur. Very enthusiastic,
So,
very interested, but his knowledge knowledge of the occult is with your more extensive knowledge, it's quite obvious that his is quite limited.
So, is the plan to summon Lucifer himself, or only one of more lesser minions?
I'm sorry, I'm not.
It's all quite exciting, really.
I'm afraid I'm not allowed to. I'm not allowed to speak about that. As I say, it's a private club, so that would be private information for members only. I'm afraid.
Do you already have the sacrifices laid on?
I'm sorry.
Sorry, I'm speaking out of turn. Shouldn't have mentioned it. What Mr. Crowley gets up to in the privacy of his own home, and the police don't know about, I'm sure, is.
You seem very informed about
affair.
what Mr. Crowley does and doesn't do.
I just read all the right journals, subscribe to the correct magazines.
Well, I'd be most interested to take their titles, and perhaps I could purchase a subscription myself.
I'll give him a couple of random names, possibly in German.
Possibly in German.
You know.
Give him a business card.
I'll just.
He's not going to be shopping with Mr. Bacon anymore, so he might come to you.
That's true. I'm not sure that I want them to have my business card.
No. I was just thinking maybe don't give him your business card.
Mr. Bacon already had your business card.
Yeah, he had mine. He didn't have. Or did you give him yours as well?
Yeah.
Oh, he didn't. He didn't talk to me.
I don't know.
Bastard. Not good enough for him.
So.
But yeah, I'll settle down and read my book, and every time I get to a sort of passage that seems to imply anything spectacularly nasty from my book of British gods, I'll just read it out to one of these two and go, "Oh, this is interesting. Did you know the last recorded human sacrifice was in 1127?
No, do go on.
Cult in Scotland.
No, whereabouts in Scotland?
Yes. Near Loch Ness. Yes. 13 witches were burnt, apparently, when it was raided. Too late to save the poor souls who'd been sacrificed to the dark spirits. But hey ho, you dabble in things like that, you get what you get. Crumpet, rich tea biscuit. Have a cigar.
Excellent.
I guess Harry, you can probably make a psychology roll by this time.
Like it.
Who on, Gerald or the guy? He's fucking nuts.
My aim is to make him get off in Newcastle and just cheese at home.
So you can tell that Mr. Lister is clearly getting agitated.
Rattled?
You detect like an underlying level of not quite hysteria, but barely, like suppressed. There's like a suppressing anxiety a level of anxiety.
What from Gerald?
No,
Non-stop.
no, you don't believe it's being brought on or even yeah.
Do I think he's getting anxious?
Exacerbated.
Yes,
He's
that's
getting
the word
nearer.
I was trying to say. Exacerbated by Harry at all, by Gerald. Sorry.
Is he getting more anxious the nearer we get into his destination? Is that what I might presume?
You could presume that, I suppose.
Meeting with these people he doesn't really know. So how long have we got until we get there? Have we?
So there is
How-
it's about another 5 hours till you arrive there. You can just wave that, hand wave the time if there's nothing you want to do.
Yeah, I don't think there's anything else we need to do, is there?
I'll just keep chipping away with sections about.
Try and make sure that we
Lesser
can't
run.
say this in front of him, but I presume he'll leave the cabin at some time.
Yeah,
That
go to
at
at
least
least to
one
go
of
to the
us-
bathroom and stuff like that.
yeah, at least one of us stay awake while he's in with us. Don't all go to sleep while he's there.
Yeah, we probably ought to have some naps, seeing as it might be a late night.
Okay, so
I'll hide under my newspaper and go to sleep.
so he engages with you in conversation, and like I say, he's quite interesting. Quite keen to learn from you. It's like soaks up anything you've got to say about occult matters of the occult, and he asks questions. And like I say, he's obviously a very keen amateur.
Do you want to join our gang? We're looking for a fourth member.
But yeah, so the day
We can
drags
give you a
on.
whistle. You have 2 whistles.
So the day drags on, and as the afternoon, the afternoon turns into early evening, the light starts to fade, and it begins to get dark. The lights come on in the carriages, and you can, Harry, the others probably don't notice, but Harry, you notice he's becoming more nervous.
Is there something wrong? What's his first name?
Henry.
Dave,
Henry. Is there
Dave.
something wrong? You seem somewhat agitated. Is there something wrong?
Death.
No, not really. I'm just. It's getting. It'll be dark soon, I suppose.
Don't you like the dark?
No, I'm not overly fond, to be honest.
Why is that? Why don't you like the dark?
I don't know. I'd rather not talk about it.
Oh no! I think it's good. It's good to talk. Maybe I can help you. I think I've already told him I'm a psychologist. It's good to talk about these things. Is it something that's happened in the past that you don't like the dark? It's quite an irrational fear, really.
I don't believe so. I believe it's quite a primal one, isn't it?
You're not alone. You're with You're with company. We've got lights on. So why the fear of the dark?
I don't know. It's silly, I suppose. Probably something from my childhood. And he gets if you'll excuse me, and he gets up and leaves the compartment.
Okay. Yeah. All right. Make of that what you will.
And he goes and pretty much spends Other than to later he comes back in to retrieve his book from Gerald. Was it Gerald who borrowed it? From Harry, sorry.
Harry.
Other than to retrieve his book, he spends most of the rest of the journey out in the corridor, just staring out the windows in the corridor and just almost completely uncommunicative.
Can I work out what's going on? Apart from him being crazy.
So, well, like I
The
say, you can
childhood thing. Do I think that's a real thing?
what? Sorry. Well, you don't. I mean,
the
obviously,
childhood thing seems a bit.
obviously, it would to determine that would require several sessions at least as a professional basis. But you can, like I say, you can clearly tell is fighting to control, like suppressing this fear, this like almost hysteria, and you can see it's as it gets darker, as the light fails, it's getting more pronounced to the point that after, say, like once it's gone like 6 o'clock and it's dark, it's pitch black, it's dark outside, and you just can't see anything, is quite visibly afraid, but it just refuses to communicate at this point. It stands almost like stock still, almost like a statue in the corridor, just grasping the railings at the side of the corridor, along the corridor, and just staring out there into the night.
Let's all stand at the window and with our flashlights and shine them in his face.
I just like shine them from underneath. It's like, ooh.
So, the train arrives in Inverness almost exactly on time.
Bloody hell. Mind you, this is 1920 something,
Yeah.
isn't it?
Yeah.
Much more reliable. So when the train pulls into the station at Inverness, Henry comes into the compartment, gets down his suitcase, and mumbles a farewell and like disembarks from the train.
Well, good luck, old boy.
Have fun. Cheerio.
He nods and glances back over his shoulder briefly, and just hurries and just like wanders off into the crowds on this platform.
Which one of you or both of you gonna follow him and see who picks him up?
Yeah.
I'll stay with all the crap.
I'll follow him.
To see if you recognise who picks him up, if it's anybody we know.
Yeah.
Okay, so what's the rest of you doing?
Because if he's going, probably take 2 hours to get all the stuff out of the carriage, won't it?
Okay.
Yeah.
So Charles, you follow him. It's quite easy to follow him. He's easy to spot even amongst all the crowds. And you follow him all the way out onto the front of the station entrance, and he kind of stands around looking a bit lost. Just looks up and down for 5-10 minutes, and then just shrugs, picks up his suitcase, and just wanders off into Inverness.
Okay. So no one's met him then?
No.
And he's actually just walking into Inverness?
Yeah, nobody's met him. It did say it was like 5 days late.
Oh, right, okay. That's why then.
He's probably had a lucky escape.
Yeah. Good job we didn't kill him.
Look at him.
Well, we could
Yeah.
have had another whistle.
Yeah.
Ah. All right. So,
What he's been doing for 5 days.
what did you say? It's 6 in the evening.
It is 20 past
20
7.
past 7.
20 past 7.
So, because
Probably
we're that
half past by
clever,
the time we've got
we
our
didn't-
stuff off.
we didn't think of like phoning ahead or sending a telegram to hire a car. We'll
You
have to do
could
that
if you
first.
want. You could have done if you wanted.
Well, that would make sense, wouldn't it? But
Yeah.
what would we have done? Have the car here waiting for us, or would they?
So
stay
if you
open,
wanted
not
to
pick it
do
up?
if you wanted to do that, you is that what you were planning to do? I mean, like I'm
Well,
like I say, I'm happy for
Yeah,
you to.
and then
It would.
driving up.
Well, we're not going to stay, or are we going to stay in Inverness tonight and then go first thing in the morning? How many days have we got left? 2.
It's the
9th.
ninth.
So it'd be
It's-
10th, 11th,
Tenth.
and it's 12th.
Yeah.
It would
So
probably
probably
make more
3.
sense going in the daylight, wouldn't it? Because we
Yeah.
can be driving in really
Yeah,
bad
possibly.
conditions at night, and it's going to be pretty dangerous. Hmm.
Okay, so like most stations, there's a hotel attached to it.
Well, we'll have booked ahead, won't we, for a
Yeah.
hotel room if we were, and we've got a car hire for the following day.
Yep, there's
Go pick up in the
So
morning.
so Mr. Mackay's car hire, which is also located just a short walk from the train station.
So,
Mr. Mackay.
Mr. Mackay.
Gobber.
our friend's not staying in the same hotel by any chance.
No,
is he?
you don't see him. You don't see him again. Excuse me.
So,
You don't see Henry again.
what we're doing? Skipping the evening, following day, go get a car. Is that what's happening?
Yeah. Yeah, I can't think of anything that we want to do directly in Inverness.
Who's abandoned? Can't you see them? No, they're on my screen.
What?
It's just disappeared on mine.
On the whatever it's called, on the Ninja.
Yeah.
No, I see you all on the Ninja.
Let me.
Oh,
I don't
yeah.
even know if they can.
You have, however, moved.
'Cause I
You've
can't
all
hear them.
moved around.
I'm not on Twitch, so I don't know what it looks like on Twitch, but I can see you all on Ninja.
No, on Ninja,
No, same for me.
everybody's
See, I
moved.
can't hear. I
Oh,
can't hear 'em. Let me reload
on
it.
Ninja, Andy's
yeah.
disappeared for me. Well,
Ah, but
everybody.
He's
couldn't-
disappeared
Oh,
now.
and it just disappeared now. There
He
we go.
couldn't see you two, but he could see me.
Oh, it's
Yeah,
restarted.
but yeah, everybody
There we
had
go.
changed places.
Had you
Yeah,
lost?
so-
Had you lost audio, Andy?
No, it just jumped to me. It just jumped like that, and it was just me and John,
All right.
and I couldn't see either of you two or hear you. So,
All right.
oh well, back in the room.
Although
Back
now
in the room.
Andy's top right.
No, swap round now. So,
Yeah,
car hire. Let's go. Let's go to this village.
yeah.
Let's go shoot some deer.
Okay, so the so you collect the car
Oh, he's
from.
gone again.
Oh,
It's gonna-
has it gone again?
What is the plan
Oh,
of
he's back
action?
again.
Are we just going to go to this village?
Charge in with
What are we doing? Are we?
You've not thought it
Are
through.
we-
Oh, there goes everybody.
Oh, he's gone
Oh.
again.
Oh,
Oh, it's all falling apart.
My connection.
I can.
The
No,
it
it's just
keeps
Andy
waiting.
that's gone. I can
Yeah,
see.
I'm
It's back again.
Mine keeps dropping right down.
No, I can see you, and you're fine.
Can they
No,
not see me?
I can see.
I can see you, Andy. Can you hear us, Andy? Oh, there goes
I
John.
can see.
Phil's gone now.
There's some strange things happening.
No,
He's back.
I can see John and Phil. Can't see Andy.
I
Oh,
can
Andy's
see
froze
everybody.
now.
Can you hear
No,
me?
I'm not. I was just trying to. I was
Oh,
just
no, he's
looking.
back.
I was
He's
looking at
fallen
the
asleep.
options. I've not thought.
He's fallen asleep. Oh.
Everybody can hear
Um,
everybody, can they? Oh, there he goes again.
No, I haven't
Public-
got Andy.
He's back again.
It just
First-
keeps saying not
Oh,
visible
there
unknown
he is.
user.
First port of call would
I
be
can't see Dave.
public
Can you
house.
hear Dave?
No.
Dave, say
Can
something.
you hear me? Hello. No.
No.
Right. Oh, fine.
Oh. Oh. Oh, there we, oh, everybody's gone. uh,
Being three
Mine says
people.
3 connections.
Mm.
Yeah, which I can now see Dave. Hi, Dave.
I want to know what the there's a
I can
triangle and it
see
keeps changing
Dave
colour.
and I can see Andy. I can't see
Yeah, mine
John.
does that, and it keeps going to like really low numbers.
Mine just went to red. Now it's back on yellow.
Mine's, yeah,
I think
don't know
I'm
what it
gonna. I
means.
think I'm gonna reload
Don't
my
know what it
Ninja as well.
means. Dave's frozen.
Yeah, he is.
No, he's moving.
No, I'm really
Oh,
still.
no, he's frozen on mine. Oh my god, what's happening
Oh,
here?
now I've gone back to green now. My triangle.
Yeah, I'm up to green.
Hello.
Dave's there.
Oh,
No,
my
Dave's
yellow.
moving.
Dave's alive.
Hey!
Hey, Phil's back.
Oh, Phil's
Yay!
back.
Let me change this
Oh, I'm on green.
to that.
No, I'm
that.
yellow.
I'm green.
Although I don't know what green actually
I don't know what any of
means.
it means.
I'd imagine green's a better connection. It's
So there's video packet
Unless
loss
it's-
indicator.
Okay. Because it's nothing to do with the speed.
No.
Although
It
the
is
speed's
on-
shocking.
on speed on mine. It's higher when it's green, and it drops when it goes
No,
to
it's variable.
yellow. It's gone
So
down.
it's the yellow one,
Correct.
2.23.
Oh dear. We seem to be experiencing some severe communication problems.
Yeah.
Andy's disappeared off my screen again.
Oh, I
No,
can see. I can
Yeah.
see Phil.
No, he's
Yeah, he's
here
gone
now.
off mine as well.
Well, see, I can see Phil and Dave now.
Oh dear.
Scotland, you see.
It's
Yeah.
just my
Just
connection with
can't
John.
trust
No
Scotland
signal.
internet.
We've bonded.
See, actually, Inverness, I was at the top of the tallest building in Inverness Hospital. Could I get a phone signal? Could I bollocks?
Back again, Andy.
Yes. I could see you two. I could see and hear you two.
Oh, right.
I don't know what's happening here.
No.
Scotland. Blame
Scotland,
the Scottish.
bloody Scots. All they're good at is making porridge oats.
So I think you were trying to decide if you've actually got a plan.
So we're staying in the
I
hotel.
don't believe. Maybe we should stay in the hotel and try and formulate a plan.
Plans are overrated.
Because I think our plan was go to Scotland.
And now we
And
are
that was
here.
it. And
Well,
now we're here.
It's coming to
That's as
fruition.
far as we've got.
I think we go to the public house, ask a few questions, maybe inquire about the lodge. Are there any people from outside of town?
I don't think we ask any questions.
Just go straight to the lodge and burn it down.
Mm-hmm.
That sounds about that sounds about right.
Par for the course.
We'll block all the exits so they can't
Yeah.
get out. Then set fire to it, and if they do try and get out through the windows, then we shoot them as they come out of the windows.
Then we smash them to bits with some slugs from his shotgun.
Yeah. Hopefully they're
Yeah.
not innocent
Like-
like that other bloke. But if they are, tough shit.
So
We should have took. Why don't we see if he wants to stay and we'll take him to the lodge?
They could try and.
Let's go drop him off.
There's going to be quite a few hotels, isn't there? He's probably going to want. He'll have to like. Could he get a taxi from here?
Cost him. He's not got the.
How far away from Inverness are we talking? Is this? Is this?
it's about 20 miles.
Oh, so he could get a taxi.
Mm.
So on
Let me
that
give
map,
you the map.
there is literally there's the lock. We could go and have a look at the lock, but it's going to be
Yeah.
frozen over, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
I'm just going to reload my... Oh, no, sorry, it's loaded up now. Have I
I
got it on
think
there?
the
There we go.
best port of call is probably the public house.
I presume you mean the public house in Canwich, because you're still in Inverness at the moment.
Yeah, I'm just
I
saying.
think
What
we're staying in a hotel here.
we are. We're going to
Yeah.
go
And
the
then
following
tomorrow, we drive, book in the hotel just in case we need it.
day. Would the public house have rooms? It's a village in the middle of nowhere, isn't it?
We could phone them.
Yeah.
I doubt they'll have a phone.
Mm.
Let's just go. Let's just see. There's
See
three
what's
places to go in there. Really, public house, the lock, the lodge. There is a church.
We'd just go straight to there and we'd just start asking questions aggressively. Anyone, they get one shot, boom, kneecap, done.
I think the lock is like really important. So, is the lock on the way to the lodge?
So the lodge is on
the other side.
Yeah, it's on
We're gonna
the.
have to go round the lock anyway.
Oh right. So it's all happening at the lock and the lodge then.
The lodge is on the east end of the lock.
I'm glad we brought some binoculars. We might as well do that, didn't we? A night vision scope.
Yeah.
Right, let's do this.
Okay, so you just get in the car first thing next morning and making the drive. Rightio. Okay.
Hightail it over there.
We could buy some binoculars before we go.
You could if you wanted.
We could.
It might be worth getting some just in case.
Yeah.
We got to look for these deer, haven't we? So they might be far off.
Yeah.
You could
Have
delay.
you not got a scope on your rifle?
No, I didn't get a rifle. They ain't got rifles.
Couldn't get
We
one
never got one.
because his license is for a specific weapon.
I've got binoculars strapped on my shotgun.
So you could delay your departure from Inverness and get, if you wanted to go and purchase some binoculars.
I just pick a pair up from garage.
They do them cheap ones, won't they?
Yeah, we have phone charges.
Have you not got?
They'll be like a
Can we
hunting
not,
shop or something, won't they, in Inverness, like a general store?
Yeah, you'll be able to get something from Inverness.
Just get some field glasses.
Or we could go and see a show
And steal them.
and just steal a pair of opera glasses.
on a stick.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. Sellotape them to your shotgun.
Tape them to the top of you. I was just going to say that.
We actually, you have to go through the village, don't you, to get to the lock and the
Yes.
lodge.
Yeah.
Shall we call
Looks
in at
like
the public house first?
Yeah.
A bit of Dutch courage.
Okay, so the next morning, you pick up the car from the car hire firm, from Mackay's, whichever you want.
Mackay.
Get Mr. Mackay.
I'm fairly sure it's
And take the drive from Inverness west. So the road from Inverness scouts south of the Bewley Firth before following the River Bewley and then the River Glass. So as expected, the weather up here is quite bad. It's worse than it was in London, and snow is already starting to fall again. There's already it's already put down 2 or 3 inches of snow on the ground, and but on the upside, you pass through a beautiful snow-covered landscape. You're passing through one of high mountains, rivers and streams, heathland and thick, dense woodland. So it's about an hour and a half drive west from Inverness to the tiny village, more like, as you said, more like a hamlet of the village of Canwich, which consists of maybe a couple of dozen or so stone houses, the largest of which is the Glenraffery Guest House.
I'm just looking at that map. I presume the road runs the length of the village. It comes into it and then it goes like west and east. Then you've got a dotted line to the lodge. Is that
That's the unsealed road. Yes, that's a dirt track.
Well, it's going to be covered in snow, isn't it?
It is.
We're not be going in the car.
Might be
Yeah.
walking.
And you've seen how far it is? About 6 miles.
Horse and cart.
We could ride some deer.
Yeah.
Get some deer and ride them.
Hell yeah.
So it is. It's after 10:30 by the time you arrive in Canwich.
I think we do go to the public house, inquire if there's been many outsiders that have come to the village in the last couple of weeks, and try and find out how many. They may have stopped at the public house before they went to the lodge. And is it snowing now? Did you say?
Yes, it is. Yeah,
Um,
snowing is bitterly cold, even colder than it was down in London.
So yeah, is that agreed? Public house, just to do some general inquiry.
Yeah, why not?
Yeah.
So maybe get warm, have a warm before we go and freeze to death, as well.
Yeah.
So public house.
Okay, so yeah, you pull the car up into the up in front of the hotel.
Is there
No,
anybody about?
guest
I don't
house.
suppose there'll be many people.
Oh
about,
God, no, there's not going to be anybody about it.
Is it even open? Is it open?
It is open, yes.
So let's tootle on it.
So like I say, it's like not a public house; it's a guest house.
So they do have rooms.
Yes,
So
it would be yes.
should we have some breakfast and book some rooms,
Why not?
and then
Yeah.
casually just ask if they've had many visitors in the last
5 days.
week or so
No.
from outside of town? 10 days.
Probably
We're at least 7, 8. Yeah.
10 days.
Last fortnight was probably yeah.
Mm.
But the people that have like passed on through, or people that were going to the lodge.
So yeah, you get talking to a Mr. and Mrs. Harris that run the guest house. There's a small licensed bar inside that's open to guests, but also frequented by locals as well. And after exchanging a bit of small talk with them, they remark on the fact that several days ago there's been several groups of people and individuals that passed through the village.
And is this isn't a common place? What is the lodge exactly? We know there is a lodge, but what is it? Is it a hunting lodge?
So is this what you're asking the?
Yeah. If we don't, we just got on the map.
So Mr. Harris, he says there is an old hunting lodge, an old lodge out by the loch.
Did any?
But nobody's. I don't know. I don't know who it belongs to. It's certainly not being lived in for as long as I know.
So the visitors to your village, did any of them say they were headed out to the lodge? What what brought them to these parts?
The-
Where we're going deer hunting. We're hoping to
oh well,
bag a few deer.
I'd keep that quiet if I were you.
Oh, it's all above board. We've got
We have a
permission.
friend who owns land.
What so what did any of these people say they were going to the lodge, or were they just passing through? What?
But to be honest, I didn't speak to any of them. They certainly didn't come into the guest house. I don't know anybody
No.
in the village that did speak to them. But yeah, I believe at least some of them were heading out towards Loch Moladoc.
And well, if you didn't speak to them, you wouldn't know. But they weren't Scottish.
I have no idea. They're strangers. That's all.
Outsiders.
Yeah, they're strangers. Oh, that's all I can tell you.
Nobody stayed here. It
No.
was ended up that way. You don't happen to know somebody by the name of Montague Edwards, do you? That name doesn't.
No,
mean
I
anything to
can't say I do. No.
Anybody else? Should we drop in?
They don't seem to know a great deal. At which point
No.
they'd probably not take it badly if we go and murder everybody.
Yeah. So does anybody? You say you think there was an old lodge up there, so it's not in use now. Then it's not owned by anybody. You don't know.
We don't know who owns it. I mean, I assume it'll belong to somebody, but to be honest, I don't know who owns it. Nobody's been living it as far as my memory serves.
Is there a laird of the area? Because usually in Scotland you have like a landowner, don't you?
Though I imagine there would have been at some point, but not as I say, not that we're aware of.
There isn't a current one.
No.
Mhm.
He turns to his wife and says, "You don't know." No, not that I know of.
And looking about the people in the public house, they all look like locals.
Well, there's nobody else in at the moment.
Oh, there's nobody else in.
It's pretty much you're the only guests.
Quite peculiar. So, but there have been a whole bunch of strangers knocking around in the last couple of weeks.
Passing. Well, not knocking. They passed through the village. No, none of them stayed.
They'll be staying at the lodge, won't
they?
There were They tell you that there were cars dropping them off, either in groups and sometimes individuals.
Do you often get people passing through?
No, it's quite quiet.
We're quite remote.
Especially this time of year.
It didn't strike you as unusual then?
It was, yes.
You've not had any come back the other way? No.
It was unusual, yes. Of course it is.
You didn't think to question where they were going or were doing? Or...
It's no business of mine if they want to wander off into the mountains. Same as it's no business of mine what you're doing here.
We've come to see the sights.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
We're hunting the deadliest game there is.
Yeah, we're going to go do some fishing on the loch. We come to skate on the loch. Just a bit of ice skating.
Well, thank you for all your help.
Yes. That breakfast that porridge was outstanding.
So they just, like I say, all they're really interested in is the fact that you're taking rooms there. So how many days are you taking rooms with them for?
2.
Don't really matter. Well, I think we're going to die. Just a couple of days.
Okay, so presumably you'll be leaving your suitcases and some of your belongings in your rooms.
We'll be leaving false names.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Booking a false name.
Oh, yeah, you're booking under false names?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. These could be witnesses to like a mass murder. We might have to kill the owners.
Well,
kill
one
them
in
too.
all. One in all in.
Yeah. Can't have any loose ends.
Mm.
I don't know. Are we leaving a false name?
Yeah. False name.
Mr. and Mr. Smith. We're brothers.
Yeah, Smith
A.
brothers.
Smith, B. Smith, and C. Smith.
Do you think they'll believe us?
Yep.
I don't know.
Do you want to finish there, Andy? Or
Can do. Yeah.
it's 11, isn't it? We're not.
Yeah.
We can do a killing spree next.
Yeah, because I think then it sets us up nicely for next week's section to next week's session.
Yeah.
I'm just so glad we stocked the car up with gasoline and.
Yeah.
So you're heading out, are you, from the hotel?
How deep is the snow? It's going to be like.
Oh, God, yeah, it's going to be...
It said,
So it put down, while you've been on your way, it's... excuse me. On the drive over, it's put down 2 or 3 inches at least, and so it's going to... Yeah, it's going to be like a couple of foot deep at least out off the roads.
6 miles in snow like that's going to take us ages.
has anybody got a tractor
Yeah.
that we can beg, borrow, steal?
It'll take you a few hours on foot. You could,
Skis.
you could maybe drive.
Well, I was thinking tractor rather than our car. It's probably better equipped for driving up a unpaved road
Unpaved track.
in
Yeah.
3 foot of snow.
Mm.
One of these farmers.
No, there's no.
venison.
Well, unfortunately, none of them are farmers. They're just residential properties.
Mm.
We're gonna. Well, I'm gonna say
There is, I believe, in the village. Skis.
The ski shop.
So there's the guest house. There's a general store, which has a single petrol pump outside, and there is a village post office, which contains the only phone in the village.
they do have a phone. I still think we should phone police just to let them know where we are.
You see, I think at this point, possibly, or phone.
Because they're not just going to turn
Roby.
up and stop us, are they? It's going to take them probably a day,
Yeah,
or,
it's-
even if they
yeah.
bother. No, they've been so far.
I'm sure the
Yeah.
police would be most interested. Oh,
Well,
No,
I think
I know-
possibly phoning Roby and going, if you don't hear from us in 2 days.
Yeah, I think the best thing is to phone him. I don't know how
Yeah.
the police works in this day and age because we've been dealing with the Metropolitan. This is
yeah. So yeah, completely. So
Scotland.
like, even like police in different counties, there'll be next to no communication between them at all.
No, they'd have to send somebody up, maybe detectives or whatever.
But yeah, telling Roby that we'll keep in touch if he.
Yeah,
doesn't hear
there's
from
no
us.
like
Either.
sort of nationwide like police network as such. I mean, the police in London deal with cases cases in London. The police in Manchester deal with crimes in Manchester. There's no.
But he is
Yeah.
is wanted in regards to a murder, isn't he?
There's wanted for if you mean Mr. Evans.
Mr. Evans and Mr. Roby,
They're both missing. Yes,
wanted.
yes, they're wanted as in the missing.
So let's phone. We'll probably
Yeah.
phone Graham.
If you haven't heard from us by the 13th,
We believe
then,
we're tracing leads, and we believe your brother is here up at the lodge near the lock, and we're going to go and investigate. But if you read about multiple murders
Ignore that.
in the
It
press
wasn't
and the
us.
following weeks, just ignore that.
Just forget about that.
Especially if we're still alive.
Yeah.
Okay, so he's speaking to Graham. He seems somewhat disinterested, to be honest. He's to the point that he's quite happy for Alexander to, if that's where he is, he's quite happy for him to disappear into the Scottish Highlands and never be seen again.
We're going to make sure he's going to disappear. Don't you worry, Graham.
Oh yeah.
But if that's not the case, then of course he wants to. He's just interested in having him make sure he's locked up again.
Yeah. So yeah, that is what we will do.
Cool.
So killing
Yeah.
spree next session.
Yep.
Okay, so we'll.
Everybody dying from hypothermia next session.
Oh yeah.
Then
Yeah.
hypothermia and madness. Yeah.
Nice.
Yep. So set off.
Seems like as good a plan as any.
Always.
Yeah.
Always a good plan when it involves violence.
Bag of stag head to the butcher shop.
Yeah.
Remember this.
Yeah.
That is the actual lock, by the way,
Oh.
and the actual mountains surrounding the lock.
Lovely. Is it actually got snow in the picture?
It has, yes. I found some pictures with snow on. Not as much as there would be, but it's the best I could do.
That it's a bit random, isn't it? Is that a tree at the edge?
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll be able to skate on that. Be cool.
Okay, so
Cool.
so I guess we're leaving the trek to the lodge till next time then.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Hurrah.
Indeed.
Right. So next Wednesday.
Next
Next
Wednesday.
Wednesday.
Indeed, I believe that's.
Julio.
Next Wednesday, we will definitely get it finished.
I'll get finished.
Yeah.
Yeah, as I didn't expect you to spend the almost entire session on the train, to be honest.
I was going to speed it up by shooting him in back ahead.
Yeah.
Nah.
They'd have to throw a body out of a train, and it's just complications, isn't it?
That's fine.
And I can't
Yeah.
afford to take a sanity hit. I'm saving it for last session.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We all are.
Yeah, you as well. Yeah. There's only going to be Gerald that's probably going to survive this. He's going to be rich.
Quite possibly.
Right.
Yeah, but if anybody's going to actually die of hypothermia,
Yeah.
that will be me.
It might not even get to the lodge.
See, I have the sanity, I have the luck, I don't have the constitution.
Oh,